The only number I would ever care about is the net profit. Gross means nothing. I want you to listen in to a conversation I had with an Agency University member where they run a really cool SEO agency, but they're struggling with profits. They're actually losing money. And there's really two reasons why. And in this conversation, I go over this. And I find that a lot of SEO agencies I work with and I chat with actually struggle with this in the very beginning, or even if they've been doing it for a long time, they struggle with this. And I want to go over two reasons of how you can actually fix this. And it really comes down to what you're pricing and your positioning. So let's go ahead and get into the clip. The only number I would ever care about is the net profit. Gross means nothing, but you just want to make sure you have that profit. But I think it really comes down to figuring out what do you need to be pricing at? And I think there's two problems, right? One problem is you may not know the results that you're delivering for your clients in added revenue, right? So like whenever I price anything out, so whenever I price out like working with clients one-on-one, which is 18,000, I basically take the average of the past 6 months of revenue that they've generated from what we've covered. I average it out and then I divide it by 10. So that's kind of the floor, all right? And then like, let's say IBM came to me on their digital thing and their expectations were a lot higher, right? They may value 18,000 as, man, you're missing something, or you're not getting me, that's too low. So then I would raise my price with their expectations, okay? So I think that might be one issue. The other part is you're still positioning yourself as an SEO agency, and that's very commoditized, right? You need to, like, it's kind of like Apple positioning how big their storage is on their iPhone and leading with that, and like literally like doing commercials versus leading with the outcome, like create better memories with our amazing camera, right? Look what you can create with our iPad, right? They're leading with the outcomes. Think about what they want, right? The reason why I gave you those 3 guidebooks in the Agency University is one, to set where do we want to go, right? What's the vision of what we want to create? What's our North Star? So we know what to say yes to and what to say no to, right? And how do we set those 90-day goals up? And that's very important. The second book is all about positioning, right? Figuring out what do they want? What does life look like for them right now? What can life look like after they're being ranked in the top of the search engines? People are converting. How can you position the solutions and sell the outcomes versus look like, any joker that puts like I haven't seen many of these in Atlanta in a long time, but like you're sitting at a stoplight and it says guaranteed top results on Google, call this number for $500, right? So that's what a lot of people think of SEO, and they don't know all the intricacies, if I can say that word, of what goes into that. And so you guys are fighting against that. So you need to position yourself in the right way. And then you can charge with whatever you want, because at the end of the day, price is irrelevant in someone's decision, right? It's all about urgency. If I was about to have a heart attack, I'm not going to ask the doctor, how much is it to save my life? I'm going to be like, freaking save my life, and then I'll figure it out, right? It's an urgency thing. All right, so hopefully you took away those 2 items, and I want you guys to make sure that you know what you need to be pricing. What's the value you actually deliver, as well as making sure that your clients know the value you deliver on a constant basis. I mean, how many times does a client that you're doing fantastic work for come to you and say, I think I'm going to pause it for a little bit, or we're going to try another option, and you're totally blown away. It's because you're not communicating the value. The other one is all around positioning, right? I always use the example of Apple. How can you position a solution versus just a feature or a service or a line item or a deliverable? That's what will make all the difference for your SEO agency. So if you like this episode, make sure you share it out with a friend. You'll help them out. You'll help me out. Make sure you comment below. I'd love to hear your comments. And until next time, have a swank day. And just remember, swank it.